Okay, so today I just wanted to do a visual explanation of how we fail to experience life. So let's just start and it'll make sense, right? So I'm going to start over here with consciousness. And I'm not even going to put a box over it, just consciousness, right? Consciousness is another word for God. You can say the universe, or you can say source, whatever you want to say, right? I'm using Eastern terms, the yogic terms, so I'm going to stick with consciousness. Consciousness is everything that there is, and it is everywhere, and it's God. God is everything, omnipresent, omnipowerful, everywhere, right? And consciousness comes into life by the movement of consciousness. Once it moves, it's called energy, right? It is the energy that creates life, and it's often called the vital life energy. There's a lot of different words for it, but let's start with that, right? Then we have us. Right? That's the human being. So the energy comes into the world and creates us. It fuels us, it sustains us. So what does that mean? It means that this energy goes into your body, it makes your body, it sustains your body, right? It is the life force flowing through your body. Nothing wrong there, right? It's also the force that you put into this world. It's your creative energy. It's the things that you make, the things that you do, your energy to live, to exist, to do work, whatever. And it is also the energy that fuels the mind. I'm putting the mind in the head. We're not going to argue over that for now. It's just a symbolic thing, right? Now, the thing with this consciousness is that it moves and it creates other people, it creates other things, and it makes life everywhere, right? This consciousness, the energy, the creative life force of the universe makes the whole world and everything that we see. So, all good so far. This is the system working, as they say. The world is created, your mind is fueled, your work and creativity is fueled, and your body is sustained, maintained, and repaired, right? This is the smooth flow of everything. What happens, I'm going to use the same, no, let me use a different color. Okay, so what happens is you have thoughts. I'm just going to represent thoughts as sort of these bubbles that float around. They kind of float around everywhere, right? Thoughts are not alive. They don't have their own life force. The life force doesn't flow through them. They're just concepts. They're concepts that a mind can work with and energize if it wants to. So what happens is that the mind picks one of these and migrates it into here. So you have a thought. If you have a thought of an idea, you want to create something, you want to build something, it's a business idea, it's an art project, you will take divine life energy, which is awareness, creativity, original ideas, inspiration, motivation, and you will pump it into this thought. And then you will take the energy of doing and of making happen, and then you will find the energy of other people and cooperative components, and all of these will pump into this thought and bring this thought into the material world, and you'll create something. You have an idea for painting, you have an idea for a business, whatever. You make it. Here's what happens though. Here's what happens. Which one of these thoughts is the mind going to pick up? Is the mind going to pick up anger, fear, resentment, isolation, grief, whatever? The mind can pick up any number of different thoughts, but it chooses the same small selection of thoughts over and over. You could say, for simplicity's sake, for the diagram, that the mind takes the same thought, the same one thought, over and over and over. It lodges that thought in the mind, and what happens then is that all of this energy that's entering the mind goes into the thought. The thought now becomes energized. These thoughts don't have life force energy flowing through them, but oh boy, this one does. And this one is becoming alive. It's growing. So if you have a thought of, well, let's be honest, most of us have thoughts fueled by things that happened in our childhood or in our youth, and they're all based on pain or trauma, something that shook us up. So let's say you have a thought of, I don't want to use an insensitive topic, but let's just say some sort of fear, or anger. Anger, you can see this in other people quite a lot, especially as we age. The anger is going to take all of the mind's energy. That means a few things. It means that the mind isn't going to bring other thoughts, energize other thoughts. It also means that new thoughts, inspiration, and ideas are not going to pop in. All of this energy is going into here. Here's the thing also. Let me use a different color here. I really should have used the whiteboard, but I didn't set it up right. All of the energy that goes into this thing becomes hungry. It generates a bunch of thoughts in its thought category and sucks your energy, and all of your energy is going there, and it generates emotions. So whether it's anger, resentment, pain, frustration, whatever, an emotion comes with it, and emotion sucks that energy. Now the energy, this isn't enough for it. It wants more. So the energy that was going into your body to fuel your body, keep your body alive, moving, healthy, and vibrant, is now going. So even this energy is going back here. It's being diverted, right? The energy is going into the mind, into the thoughts. Now you're starting to live here more and more. The thought is getting energy and it's saying, ooh, boy, this is a sweet deal. Let me get this being, this entity, this localized consciousness to feed me the thoughts that feed me the energy that will keep this thought alive. So it starts capturing your awareness. It starts hypnotizing you and saying, no, 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 no. Don't send energy to the world. Don't send energy to other thoughts. Don't be in stillness and get inspiration or creativity. Feed me. Feed me. So now your awareness is hypnotized by a stream of thoughts that have to do with whatever this root thought or core thought or pain body is. And what that means is that you're no longer working at things in the world. You're no longer creating. You're no longer inspired. So this energy goes here and feeds this, right? So all of the energy that was supposed to sustain your body, sustain your mind, and sustain your actions are now feeding a thought loop. The thought loop has, well, possessed you, and it is draining everything. It is also influencing what you see. So whereas you could have seen, here is a kind person, here is an opportunity, here is an idea, here is a beautiful thing in the world. Here is all the ways that God, love, is in the world and I could interact with it. Instead, your awareness being filtered through this mass is now only seeing, if this were your awareness, your eyes here, you're only seeing through a filter of this pain. So if this is injustice, if this thing that has captured your awareness is injustice, then you're going to see, oh, that person isn't fair, this organization isn't fair, and this job is just the most unjust thing in the world. I'm not saying, don't get distracted here. Don't let the mind distract you and say, oh, but that person does suck and this government is awful and that job is awful. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying that the only things you can see is that. And now, because this beast needs more energy, it has sucked the energy out of your creativity, out of your body, and out of your mind. It needs more. If you stop feeding this with the energy of your awareness, it's going to go back to being an empty paper bag floating around with no energy fueling it. And it does not want that. So it has captured your awareness, and now it is growing and it needs more. So what's it going to do? It's going to find this person over here, and it's going to say, you have a stream of energy coming into you. Give it to me. Let's gossip. Let's talk about how horrible these things are. Let's lament our situation. Give me. Put your energy into the thought of this pain. Put your energy into the emotion that this pain generates, and give me more energy. Give me more energy. So now this person, I won't say that this person is you because I don't want to accuse you of it, but this person becomes a danger to people around them. This is a person who is so deeply ingrained in the pain, they're not able to see anything else, they're not able to hear anything else, and they are hungry for companionship. They're hungry for you to drain your energy, for this person to drain their energy into what they're doing. Sometimes this person, and I'm just going to talk about me, I'll be honest, this person can mean well. I spent the first 15 years of my life being an environmental activist, a social justice activist, and caring about issues. And I'm not saying those issues shouldn't be cared about, but it wasn't, when you really, spiritual awakening is about being able to discern, to understand what is happening. And when you see this, you realize that all the things that I'm going to talk about me, all the things I was complaining about was really a pain needing to be fed. In my 20s and early 30s, I volunteered with probably 20 different nonprofit groups. I went to more protests than I can tell you. I organized protests, petitions, I lobbied, I was angry. I looked at documentaries nonstop, and I shared those documentaries. And here's the thing about that. It feels like you're empowering yourself. It feels like you care, like you really want to change, but what you're actually doing is you're feeding this beast. Because here's the thing, if you want to change the world, first you have to see God. You have to see, if God is love, right? This is love. You have to see love in the world. You have to realize that love is here. Love is everywhere. You have to cognize that. Then you have to let a brand new idea pop into your head. A new idea, not one of these half-dead limp things. A brand new divine idea of creation, a solution, a way to dismantle what it is that you don't like in the world. Feeding the emotion of lack and poor me and what am I going to do and the world is so horrible and the pain is not going to find a solution. When you pull your awareness off of this and you say, you turn your awareness back to love, back to God and consciousness, then you say, hey, first of all, revitalize me, fuel my body once more, fuel my body. And then you say, send me divine awareness, send me ideas, solutions, plans, joy, perception, and understanding. Then you say, send me these collaborators. Have these collaborators come and help me on this project, on this solution, on this physical manifestation of love in the world. Help me with this. And then you remember to feel the vital life energy going through your hands, and you start radiating this love through your physical being, and then you start seeing, so this, what you were seeing the pain before, you're seeing with the consciousness of God. You're seeing through love. And what you see in the world changes, what you create in the world changes, and what you bring into this world, which is primarily a divine consciousness, changes. But none of this is possible, even though this is the divine plan. This is what we came here to do. This is the shape of life. None of it is possible if this guy has taken over. If you have become infected with this, it is draining you, it is draining your work, it is holding your awareness captive, hostage, and it is draining the energy of others. Okay, So that's quite a mouthful. The solution, briefly, is to figure out why you allowed this thought to get into your head, to captivate your awareness, hypnotize you, mesmerize you, and take all of your energy. That's the short version of it. It's obviously a little longer explanation than that. And the reason you allowed this particular thought, not this, not that, not that, not that, and certainly not this, the reason you allowed this is because this is a pain that is not completed in your existence. Something happened, or a bunch of things happened, that traumatized you, shook you up, and caused you to have an unfulfilled, incompleted emotion stuck inside of your being. And that emotion wants to exist and wants to be experienced, so it latches onto similar shaped things. And then it grows and grows and grows until at some point all you are is some version of that emotion. So finding out, first of all, surrendering to this consciousness, asking this consciousness for help, getting this consciousness to show you these incompleted patterns, and then saying, I surrender these patterns back to this consciousness so that all this energy, all this crap here can dissolve back into the light of love and God and consciousness. Then you heal, you become cleaner, and more energy is radiated. There's more consciousness around you. Your consciousness expands more. You're aware of what's happening. You're less likely to fall for this trap again. Or if you do, it won't be for very long. And then you become once again a usable vessel of God. So, thank you for joining me, and I look forward to your comments on this one. Have a great day, everyone.